Right now, there are 250 paper claims for every single physical ounce of silver in existence. 250. And if you're holding a silver ETF, I need you to understand something. You don't own silver, you own a promise. A digital entry on a computer screen, a PDF, a promise from the same banks that crashed the economy in 2008. Does that sound like real ownership to you? Millions of investors believe they hold silver through ETFs. Most of them will never see a single ounce. And what I'm about to show you will change everything you thought you knew about paper silver. Let me explain exactly how this scam works and why it's about to blow up in their faces. Before we go any further, let me be clear about something. I'm not here to sell you anything. I have no sponsors. No affiliations with any dealer, no agenda except the truth. And please, check the comments. Fake accounts use my name daily. I will never message you privately. I will never ask you for money. Report them immediately. Now let me explain what a silver ETF actually is. When you buy shares of SLV or similar funds, you're not buying silver. You're buying shares in a trust. That trust supposedly holds silver in a vault somewhere. A custodian manages it. Authorized participants handle creation and redemption. Sounds safe, right? Here's the problem. Almost nobody reads the fine print. Now let me show you what is actually written in the documents. These ETFs do not want you to read. Pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you. The SLV prospectus, the legal document that governs the fund, contains a clause that should terrify every shareholder. It states that the trust's silver may be held by sub-custodians that the custodian does not control. Let me repeat that. They admit in their own legal document that they may not even know where your silver is. But it gets worse. There's no requirement for independent audits of the physical metal. The custodian can hold silver in unallocated accounts, meaning you have a claim, not actual bars with your name on them. And here's the part that should genuinely scare you. Look at the COMEX registered silver, the metal actually available for delivery. It's sitting at multi-decade lows, less than 30 million ounces. That sounds like a lot until you realize that's barely enough to cover a single day of paper trading volume. The paper to physical ratio on COMEX, over 250 to 1. 250 people think they own the same ounce. Let that sink in. And if you think that's bad, let me tell you about actual redemption failures. In 2021, the Perth Mint faced massive delays when customers tried to redeem their unallocated silver. Weeks turned into months. Excuses multiplied. Some never got their metal. The LBMA, London's bullion market, has faced repeated questions about whether their unallocated accounts actually have the metal to back the claims. And here's the bombshell buried in SLV's own prospectus. In certain circumstances, they can settle your redemption request with cash instead of metal. You asked for silver, they hand you devalued dollars. That's not ownership, that's a broken promise waiting to happen. While Western investors buy digital entries on computer screens, China and Russia are loading physical bars onto planes. Japan is paying 60% premiums for real metal. India is importing record tonnage. One side holds paper, the other holds metal. Now let me tell you exactly who built this paper house of cards. This is not random. This is coordinated. The bullion banks, JP Morgan chief among them, act as authorized participants in these ETFs. They're the custodians. They're the market makers on COMEX. They control the paper price. And they've been fined billions for manipulating precious metals markets. That's not conspiracy theory. That's court record. Here's the game. Flood the market with paper silver to suppress the price. Keep physical silver cheap so it flows east to China, Russia, India, while Western investors hold digital IOUs. They're playing the real game. ETF holders are playing a video game, and someone else controls the power button. This isn't a market, this is a magic trick. And the trick only works as long as nobody asks to see the silver. But here's where their plan is falling apart, and falling apart fast. The crash didn't kill demand, it backfired. Every time they smash the paper price, stackers buy more physical. Every ounce that leaves the COMEX vault never comes back. Every premium that spikes is another signal that paper and physical are divorcing. They suppressed price to control you. Instead, they handed smart investors the sale of a lifetime. Here's what I see coming. Short term, the paper-physical disconnect widens. Premiums surge past 40%. Dealers run dry on popular products. The mainstream starts asking questions. Medium term, 12 to 18 months, we see the first major ETF redemption failure make headlines. The illusion cracks. Mass awakening begins. Long term, 3 to 5 years, silver reprices to reflect true industrial demand plus monetary value. We're talking a $100 floor, possibly higher. In 1980, the Hunt brothers exposed the same paper game. Silver went from $6 to $50 in months. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. If you hold physical silver in your own possession, you've already opted out of their system. You hold what they can only promise. So here's what I need you to do right now. Hit subscribe and the bell notification. Because when this paper system cracks, You'll want to know before the mainstream media tells you 3 days too late. Smash that like button so YouTube shows this to people still trapped in paper silver. They need to see this. And drop a comment below. Do you hold physical, ETFs, or both? When did you first realize paper silver was a trap? I read every single comment. One more time, check for fake accounts. I will never message you privately. I will never ask for money. Report the scammers. Here's the truth. The magician can make silver appear on your screen, but only you can make it disappear into your safe, beyond their reach where no prospectus fine print can ever steal it. That is not a market. That is a magic trick. And now you know how the trick works. This is Financial Joe Alert. Invest with logic, not hype. I'll see you in the next one. This video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Do your own research before investing.